What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Elite the Left, back today with this year's installment of Will Madden Suck? This year, we look at Madden 21. So recently, EA has announced a list of supposed features and gameplay enhancements that are coming to Madden 20.1. So I'd like to go over them and give my thoughts as to whether or not I think they're going to suck, if they're going to be implemented well, based off of what we've seen in the past. So first, let's start with franchise. Franchise is pretty much dead, as confirmed by Clint Oldenburg on Twitter. For those of you that don't know, Clint Oldenburg is the lead designer, took over for Rex Dixon, and he's basically in charge of overseeing the whole game. So he basically admitted to a guy on a tweet that he has no idea what's going on with franchise. And you know, when the lead guy doesn't know what's going on, that's a really big red flag. So this sucks because franchise used to be my favorite mode, but now EA is just so focused on Ultimate Team that it's just sad to see what's happened. This mode could be a game changer if the developers knew what they're doing. Instead, we're stuck with the 2K mycareer ripoff known as Longshot, and the Skeleton Crew updates franchise every 2 to 3 years. So yesterday, Madden actually confirmed what we already knew, the fact that EA, I'll turn these guys off, no one cares about Chris Jones, but the fact that EA has made it a priority not to give a damn about franchise. So there's a list of literally 6 things that are coming to Madden 21 franchise, and it's basically a patch. They could have easily patched it in Madden 20. It's not even new features, it's literally adding a wild card round and adding new abilities which are already going to be in the game, but somehow that's a new feature. So I mean, it's a damn shame. It's laughable the fact that they would even put this out. If I was EA, I wouldn't even have like a stream or video dedicated to franchise if that's what you're going to do and put out for the franchise, because it's so terrible. Literally, I could hire a group of programmers at minimum wage and they could do more than what EA, one of the richest companies in the whole world in terms of game development assets, the number of games they make, the fact they can't give a damn to increase franchise is laughably sad, and it just goes to show what their priorities are. So it's a complete joke. I mean, just imagine a connected franchise, but this time integrate a portion of MUT squads and let there be multiple users on each team. Say like up to 3 on offense, defense, or 1 running as a head coach. How cool would it be for an owner or head coach and people to be able to draft your friends and to play positions on each team like a real roster, like quarterback, safety, linebacker? Or let people create their own players and get drafted to real teams. Or hire one of them to coach a team and be allowed to fire them if they don't perform well on the field, like the Browns did, or like the real NFL team. Just imagine how cool it would be to fire one of your friends. Think about calling one of your friends into the office and telling them they gotta go. I mean, and like, they already have cutscenes in the game, so use one of them cutscenes, use the text message feature, and then use that. It could play out like a real scenario. It would just be so awesome. Integrate aspects that we like about Ultimate Team into franchise without the microtransactions, and let players feel like they're a part of a franchise instead of actually owning it. I'm not going to go into like the nitty gritty details of like the specific things I want in franchise, because then this will be a 30-minute long video. But just know there's so much they can do to improve franchise, and they're just not doing it for whatever reason. The 3 options we have now, owner, player, or head coach, are pretty similar and lackluster, to be honest. And it just feels like they're rehashing and reusing the same franchise every year with minor tweaks and a roster update. But just unfortunate that they focus on Madden Ultimate Team. And speaking of Madden Ultimate Team, let's get into that cash grab scam that is Madden Ultimate Team. At the start of every MUT cycle, we all know the packs are god awful, but these YouTubers will post the $3,000 clickbait pack opening videos to get people excited. The process of building a team is really what drives people to play this mode, in my opinion. That's where I have the most fun, is being able to build my own team. It's not, spending money on packs and then watching as I don't get anything. But EA has gotten better in years past, not only with the solos instead of making them full games, but by allowing people that don't spend money to have a good team and compete. MUT squads, MUT draft, salary cap, weekend league are all aspects of MUT, but no details have been released yet as to if they're going to be changing any of these modes, taking out any of these modes, adding new modes. So I'm going to go into depth into what I like to see from Ultimate Team in another video, as we don't even know what's coming out yet. As far as features and gameplay improvements, EA just basically copies and pastes things in the back of the old Madden boxes and repackages them like they're new, just like they did with this new skill stick. Like the run wasn't already overpowered in Madden 20, like this guy didn't win $100,000 without throwing a pass for an entire tournament. If that doesn't tell you enough about the game, I don't know what will. But there's plenty of problems that we have with these features. The running the ball, obviously I just talked about. The run game is crazy overpowered this year. Pursuit angles is part of the reason why the run's so overpowered, is because your players play like they're Helen Keller because they don't know where to run. You have 99 linebackers that run right past or into blocks. The QB blast dominating the early part of this year. Armbar was completely broken for the first couple months. Ezekiel Elliott was literally on every regs team. QB blast, like I just said, was basically before players got the speed and got the block shed. Lamar Jackson was just going crazy. Escape artist and fast break are the two most cheesiest abilities to run. They have to really look at nerfing and rebalancing their abilities. And of course, Eric Dickerson ruined the game. Eric Dickerson single-handedly made so many people retire from Ultimate Team. I couldn't even put it into words. The way that they refused to balance his X Factor abilities, and whoever designed it to where he breaks every first tackle unless he gets tackled for a loss, whoever designed that feature needs to be fired effective immediately. Terminated. Don't show up to work. Because that is the dumbest thing that's probably ever been added into Madden. And that single-handedly led to the destruction of this Madden Ultimate Team online scene. Now, as far as the changes they've made to this year's game, well, the game that's coming out, they didn't actually bother to fix the defensive contained balancing, which was really popular in 1-4-6, 2-3-6 dollar formations. That made it so hard to pass the ball, and that's exactly why people relied on running the ball. It was so hard this year to pass the ball with any consistency, just because your 9-9 O-line would just dumb out and the DB would run right past anyone trying to block, and it would be instant sacks. So in the notes they say they didn't actually fix it. They just made it so that contains would blitz wider and go a lot slower, which makes no sense in real life football, but it's EA. And they have trouble coding the O-line, so let's give it to them. It is what it is. Passing mechanics I don't really care about, because it's cool that you can now throw out of sacks, and that god-awful quick throw and accurate is finally gone. But they really shouldn't even have messed with the passing to begin with. They should have just kept it like 19. I don't know why they made it so much worse. I mean, in a game where you get sacked within 2 seconds, unless you roll out because the O-line can't figure out who to block, you would think they wouldn't punish people so heavily for making quick, good reads. Instead, all they're doing to fix it is getting rid of that and making the throwing motions now faster for going down the field potentially. Now, they also added this thing called the max distance pass power penalty, which sounds really stupid because you would think if the max distance, the ball would just be underthrown and wouldn't make it there to the receiver and potentially be picked off, but it's EA. It'll be interesting to see also how the game defines pass interference as incidental and whether that system will be abused at all, because knowing EA and knowing the players, it'll probably be abused. So this is the actual brand new Madden gameplay trailer. I mean, they're going through a little bit of presentation right here, showing off the new pass rush controls, which is only going to make the skill gap be even worse than it already is, as they're going to reward D-line users with instant block sheds and instant sacks just for pressing a button. I really don't like this feature. I think it's really stupid. The fact that they're going to have this in the game is only going to make the game worse. As you can see, he's doing a rush move. And imagine playing MUT squads with 3 dudes on the D line. Just imagine that. That might be the move next year. Because if you can get instant pass rush wins, all you gotta do is send 4, send 3, and look at that. That's just unbelievable. And the Packers have one of the best O lines. So stack some X Factor abilities on your D line, and you're good to go. That's just terrible. Same thing with the Eagles. They got one of the best offensive lines as well. So now they're showing off these new tackle mechanics. I don't really make too much out of pre-rendered trailers because last year the game looked great too. See, that right there is just terrible. Their new skill stick that they've rebranded, even though the skill stick has been in the game for the last 10 Maddens, somehow that's a new feature, being able to juke. That was a new move right there. But I mean, I'm never one. I don't like animations in competitive games because I like it to be user controlled. See, this right here is terrible. The pursuit of that guy, I got to go back and watch that again. Look at the safety. Just look at this. What is he doing? What is this guy like? Are you serious? This is the trailer. First off, whoever signed off on this trailer needs to be fired. Because if you're going to at least create the illusion that your game has gotten better, don't include something like that in the trailer. Look at that. He's just jumping over his own team. He's jumping over his own teammate lying on the ground as Lamar Jackson goes right past him with his hands in the air like he's trying to deflect the pass. Okay, the jukes are all cool and all that. I just don't like the suction jukes where it makes you get faked out even though you know the juke is coming. If it's a good juke, I'm fine with it. If it's a good hurdle, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with all things that, you know, create excitement and are real based on real football. Trucking is fine. That's all ratings based. Saquon doing his thing. I'm fine with all this. So now they're showing off the tackling. As we just saw, the pursuit is probably still garbage. So we can't really make too much of this. Realistic open field tackling. I just don't really have much to say. Considering where the game has gotten. Just look at that. The dude just got sniped. The dude just got sniped in at like what? What is this? What is this game? Just look. He just falls to the ground for absolutely no reason. They got Captain Price in the back just taking him out. Wow, that's crazy. Like, did nobody at EA Sports even watch this trailer before they decided to put it out? Now, these are all fine. These tackles are all fine. They did say there's going to be like a new mechanic to where you fight for like the first downs and the touchdowns. You try to extend. And they say the defense is going to know where the first downs are this year. So I think that's a flag in the real NFL if you do that. So now you can backpedal on the sideline. That's an actual feature. The sidelines are still dead. That's literally the most unrealistic sidelines you'll ever see. This is all presentation, garbage. Sack celebrations. That's great. I care about gameplay. Celebrate everywhere. That's the new feature, y'all. As always, man, they're trying to get the pre-orders, so you get 3 days early access, and that's about it for the pre-orders. Oh, and if you want to spend $100, spend $100, get that Lamar Jackson. A lot of this stuff I don't really care to talk about, like kicking improvements and abilities, because we just have to wait and see how they play out. It's easy for me to say, you know, this ability will be overpowered or this ability will be overpowered. But we just got to look and see how it plays out. Obviously, if they give Escape Artist pre-order Lamar Jackson, Escape Artist on day one, then the game might be screwed. But it is what it is. It's probably going to be pay to win if that happens. The next batch of info is going to be released later today, so I'll probably be back with another video. But for now, just let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Will Madden 20.1 be good, or just be a reskin of Madden 20 as we wait for the next console generation to come out? And the next, they have confirmed that it's going to be a new feature in the next gen version of Madden. So let's see. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Lethal. I'm out, y'all. Peace.